Most people with IBS focus on their worst symptom, the bloating, the urgency, the pain, and try to make that one thing stop. But it's never just one symptom, it's always a pattern. And that pattern is telling you something specific about what is happening in your gut. Today, I'm going to teach you how to read it. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through 5 warning signs that tell me something more specific than general IBS is driving your symptoms. By the end, you'll know whether your pattern points to something identifiable and treatable. You know something is wrong, but every appointment ends with normal testing, being told that you just have IBS, and being sent off with a list of Band-Aid type solutions like Imodium for your diarrhea, Gas X for your bloating and gas, antispasmodics for your cramping, a pill for every symptom. This does not address your imbalance. There is no pattern recognition in this. Your body is communicating something specific, you just need someone to actually know how to listen to it. I'm Aneliya, board-certified PA with 11 years in gastroenterology and holistic gut health. The skill that gets people to the right treatment fast is pattern recognition. Symptoms don't lie. When you know what to look for, they point directly at the cause. Here are 5 signs I look for in every client and what each one tells me about what's happening in your gut. Number 1, acid reflux. In conventional medicine, acid reflux is believed to be due to high acid levels in the stomach. In holistic medicine and functional medicine, we understand that this is actually due to low stomach acid. When you start digesting food, you need to have acid high enough for your pylorus, what divides your stomach from your small intestine, to open up and allow the food to go through into the small intestine. When that doesn't happen, the food sits there longer. You end up with bloating, sometimes nausea, and then it starts to back up into the esophagus. This leads to heartburn. It is not because you had too much acid, it is because you did not have enough. So when someone comes in describing heartburn, I know that their digestive function is compromised. That is where digestion begins. So if your digestion is compromised from the first place where we start to digest our foods, we're going to have cascade imbalances down the line, leading to IBS. In conventional medicine, usually we would give you a proton pump inhibitor or H2 blocker, something to lower your acid even more. What that does is it slows down your digestion further. It prevents you from absorbing nutrients because you need enough acid to absorb your nutrients, and increases your risk of opportunistic infections passing from the stomach, anything you ingested, into the small intestine because your stomach acid was not high enough and allowed any pathogens to pass through into the small intestine. So if this is the way that you have treated your heartburn, please consider that that may be hurting you more and actually causing your IBS symptoms. Number 2, skin issues that flare alongside gut symptoms. The gut and skin communicate through the gut-skin axis. When the gut lining is compromised, partially digested food particles and bacterial byproducts pass into the bloodstream. The immune system responds, and that response shows up on the skin. Eczema, acne that doesn't respond to topical treatment, psoriasis flares, sometimes hives, other rashes. When a client's skin breaks out, especially when their gut is at its worst, that correlation tells me the gut lining is involved. Your skin is not separate from your gut. When the gut lining breaks down, the skin is often the first place it becomes visible. Women treat their skin issues for years with dermatologists, with chemical peels, with anti-inflammatories, without much improvement. But when we actually get to balance their gut health, all of these skin conditions usually resolve. Gut lining issues show up on the skin. The next warning sign is when most women in their 40s and 50s are told it's just normal aging, and it is not. Number 3, gut symptoms that worsen around your cycle or change significantly during perimenopause. Estrogen and progesterone directly influence gut motility, intestinal permeability, and microbiome composition. As estrogen fluctuates or declines during perimenopause or prior to cycles, women with manageable IBS often find symptoms become significantly worse, more frequent, more unpredictable, harder to control. This is not aging. This is a hormonal driver acting on an existent gut imbalance. When I see women in their 40s and 50s whose IBS has significantly worsened, I'm looking at both the gut imbalance and the hormonal environment. If your IBS got significantly worse in your 40s and nobody mentioned hormones, that's critical information left out of your care. A significant number of my clients describe a clear before and after perimenopause, and menopause, or even before their cycles. Symptoms significantly worsen during menopause and significantly worsen right before their cycle starts. When we address gut imbalance alongside their hormone health, symptoms disappear. Ask yourself, do your gut symptoms significantly worsen just around your cycles? Have your IBS symptoms significantly worsen 2 or 3 years around your other perimenopause symptoms? Do you have days when your gut is significantly better or worse with no dietary explanation? If yes to any, hormonal imbalance is part of the picture. Hormones affect the gut in ways most practitioners aren't looking for. The next sign is subtler, and most people dismiss it as just being tired after eating. If this is helping you see your gut symptoms clearer, please hit subscribe. I post videos every week, helping you understand your gut better and helping you find solutions for long-term healing. Now, let's cover the last 2 signs because together they're practically telling. Number 4, your energy crashes after meals. If you have a significant energy crash, you start feeling really fatigued, tired, you feel like you can even take a nap after your meals, then we're looking at your digestive function up top. Your body is starting to use significant energy to try to digest your food in the stomach and small intestine. That is an issue with digestion, whether it's, again, stomach acid, pancreatic, or biliary function. Post-meal fatigue is your body telling you digestion is costing more than it should. The cost has a name. Clients who describe fatigue after their meals usually don't even connect this to their IBS. But when I ask them to track their energy levels around meal times, the correlation is significant. The days the gut is worse are the days post-meal energy is lowest. Same system, same stress. Post-meal fatigue tells me more about digestive function and systemic load. The last sign tells me something specific about bowel pattern, and it's one of the clearest indicators of what type of imbalance is driving things. Number 5, urgent diarrhea in the morning followed by constipation or stillness later in the day. The specific pattern of morning urgency followed by slowdown later in the day is clinically meaningful. Mornings is when gut motility is naturally highest. The body has fasted overnight, cortisol rises, the bowels activate. For someone with motility dysfunction, this natural activation is exaggerated. The gut moves too fast in the morning, then slows significantly. This pattern points at motility dysregulation rather than purely a bacterial issue. Treating a motility problem with only an antimicrobial protocol produces partial results at best. The timing of your symptoms within a single day is one of the most useful diagnostic pieces you have. Almost nobody is paying attention to it. When a client describes urgent diarrhea early in the morning, barely making it to the bathroom immediately upon waking up, I know the issue is motility alongside bacterial imbalances. There are certain bacteria, usually living in the small intestine, that cause either a slowdown of your motility, depending on the type of gas they produce, or a speeding up of gut motility. Hydrogen-producing bacteria usually cause an increase in motility leading to diarrhea. Methane-producing bacteria in the small intestine usually cause a slowdown of motility leading to constipation. You can also have a combination of both. So when you tell me that you have urgent diarrhea in the morning and everything seems to be okay later in the day, we know we're talking about motility. So track these 3 things for the next 3 days. Do you have heartburn with meals? Does your skin have flare-ups, usually worse when your gut symptoms are at their worst? And track your energy levels around your meals. At the end of 3 days, look at the pattern across all 3. Heartburn, skin issues, post-meal energy crashes. Together, they point clearly toward a specific gut dysfunction. That information is the starting point for the right investigation. Your body is not randomly malfunctioning. The symptoms you're experiencing are patterns, and patterns have meaning. You're not oversensitive. You're not imagining it. And you're not stuck with this forever. You have a symptom pattern. That pattern points to something specific. And that place can be tested, identified, and treated. That's not optimism. That's what I watch happen every single day. Now that you can read your symptom pattern, the question is, what do you do with the information? I made a video covering the 5 things I wish every IBS patient knew before spending years on treatments that never got to the real problem. That's the foundation of everything else. It's linked to the description on your screen right now.